Here we have an iPad Air 4 that came in for repair, and the customer appears to be a shop. He said that the tablet reboots. It's obvious the customer did some work on this tablet, and rebooting can be caused by a lot of things. I asked Big Boss to take the tablet apart, and we already have it apart. Let me show it to you quick. Right over here. And customer paid for expedited service, so we can do this for him as soon as possible. It appears that this tablet is for his customer. So the motherboard is disassembled as well, but we did not take the motherboard fully out. Let me show you what I mean. We do not want to have to desolder the wire that you see here. So we're going to flip the board. And I already looked at the tablet before I hit the record button. And let me show you what's going on. The customer attempted to disconnect the battery, and in the process, he damaged the battery connector. A broken pin here means the data line between the battery and the motherboard is disconnected. And the motherboard does not know if that battery is charged or not charged, or if it should charge it or stop charging, how long it will take to get fully charged. All this information is gone. Even though the battery is supplying voltage onto the motherboard is not able to properly communicate with the motherboard of the battery, and therefore it reboots. So right now it's obvious that we need to replace this battery connector. Now, I have not changed a battery connector on an iPad Air 4. We've done it a lot for 9.7, 10.5, 12.9, so on and so forth. And the battery connector here looks exactly the same as the 10.5. Right there. 2 pins on the left, 1 pin on the right, and 2 in the middle. Perfect. So let's go ahead and remove this battery connector, solder a new one, and hopefully the tablet will be fixed. Right now I have a metal plate under the board, right here. I do not want the board to sit on the battery, and we do not want to burn the battery accidentally. So how are we going to remove this connector? We have 2 options, hot air or low melt solder. Which one are we going to choose? We're going to choose low melt solder, of course. We do not want to have to expose the board to a lot of heat, and low melt solder works magic. And let's do it. Just a tiny bit of low melt solder goes a long way. And look at this. I was able to remove the connector with just using low melt solder. No hot air required. And that's why I keep mentioning the magic of low melt solder. Where do we buy low melt solder from? I mentioned this 1 zillion times. Just log into NorthridgeFix.com, click on shop, buy all the tools that you want, and almost always we ship out the orders same day. Everything is stocked and everything ships out same day. And what do we do when we have glare on the board? We use our anti-glare light to get something like this. No more glare. This is not a polarized light. This is an anti-glare light. Watch our video. And look at how easy it is to clean the holes when we have low melt solder. Because low melt melts at a very low temperature, and wicking low melt is extremely easy. Done. How long did that job take? This swab is not good. But we use our brush. Whatever I'm using here, you can buy off NorthridgeFix. The brush is a very popular item in our shop. Almost every single order. I was trying to grab the connector and it fell. But I'm sure not to the 9th dimension because it's too big. And I got it. Let's flip the board. And the new connector will align this way, just like that. And now we have to hold the connector from the back, from here, and then I need to flip the board and apply solder. Because right now, if we flip the board and I do not have the connector held from the front here, then it's gonna fall out. Since the motherboard is still connected with the casing, it's a little bit difficult, but it's doable. So we're gonna flip the board, just like that. Now my finger is on the back. We're gonna apply flux. Just look at the clarity of the V2 microscope. I always mention it because I'm always amazed. Every time I'm working under this microscope, I'm totally blown. I need more solder on the tip. And awesome. And now I can let go. Now I can work in peace. Let's get rid of the glare. Just watch the difference. Wow. Wow. And tell me those joints are not better than factory. The job is done. The job is done. Let me just flip the board. I'll give it to Big Boss to reassemble and test. And let me just check on the connection between the board and the casing to make sure everything is good there before I give it to him. And Big Boss just put an Asus board on my bench. Let me see. It's not powering on. Okay, this one is a little bit weird because I see a fan here that I never seen before. Usually we have a fan here and we have a fan here. But now I see a fan on top here. That's something new to me. I never fixed a board with 3 fans. So we'll see what's going on. Maybe I'll do a separate video on this one. I do not want to combine it with the iPad motherboard, so the title of the video makes sense. We kept this tablet plugged in yesterday the whole night. We left it overnight and we came back this morning and it was at 0% and it would reboot. Every few seconds it would reboot and stuck at 0%. Right now, Big Boss put the charger in for a couple of minutes and we're already at, what, 3%? 3%, and the tablet is on. So fixed. iPad Air 4 saved. Thank you very much, Big Boss. We're gonna reassemble, invoice, and mail this back to the customer. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And before we end the video, look at all the stuff that we have to do. We have over 20 video cards that came in yesterday and today. Over 20, in addition to all the video cards that we already have. And 4% now. All right, awesome. It's taking a charge. Just for confirmation. Big Boss like to confirm stuff. And mailman just brought in all those packages. Big Boss is gonna start taking video cards apart 5 at a time. Work on them, give it back to him, work on the other 5, so on and so forth. And now I need to start working on this motherboard that I have not worked on before, the one with the 3rd fan. So we'll see.